LEGO Movie may have come out years ago, but everything is still awesome in the world of LEGO, and we cannot get enough of Emmet and his brick-building buddies in the LEGO Movie. Before you get all hyped up for the LEGO Movie 2, let's take a look back at the original film and some of the craziest fan theories that come from it.
I know that I, for one, am very excited.
Before you watch, click subscribe and be the first to know of new Screen Rant content.
I know a boy, his name is ZACK.
ZACK the LEGO Maniac. In the LEGO Movie, the characters often reference the man upstairs. While it seemed like they were all referencing God, the man upstairs is actually a real human who owns all of the LEGO sets and acts as the living counterpart to Lord Business.
Wrecked it!
We don't learn much about the man, but he clearly has an obsession with LEGO sets and has been collecting them for numerous years. The timing of the movie and age of the character has led many fans to believe the man upstairs is none other than ZACK, the LEGO Maniac. Back in the late 1980s, LEGO introduced a marketing campaign featuring a young boy named ZACK. ZACK was clearly obsessed with LEGO sets and would often be seen building and using the toys obsessively. As ZACK got older, his playing days turned into collecting days, and he amassed the big collection we see in the movie. ZACK didn't actually have to pay for a majority of those sets either. He would have gotten many of them for free through the LEGO company. Recognizing the connection on screen would have been a great tie-in to the LEGO legacy, and longtime fans would remember ZACK's commercials and the catchy jingles which went along with them.
No, it's a hodgepodge. That's what it is.
LEGO should at least bring the marketing theme back into the fold and maybe even introduce a female LEGO Maniac too.
Guess who else gets to come down here and play?
Who?
Your sister.
What?
Finn has telekinesis. Towards the end of the LEGO Movie, a huge twist is revealed when we see it's been a young boy named Finn who was controlling the LEGO minifigures throughout the whole movie.
Hi?
He has been taking apart sets, making adjustments, and changing up all his father's toys. Things get a little confusing when Emmet appears on the table and begins moving around. This moment has led to multiple theories, and one of them implies Finn actually has telekinesis.
Your whole life you've been lied to.
The theory is backed up by a lot more evidence than just Emmet moving around. In the film, we see some really fast and incredible builds with the characters. Some of the builds would take the young boy days to complete, but they are seemingly done in a matter of moments. By using his telekinesis powers, Finn is able to build extremely fast and make some of the most complicated LEGO creations with ease. Pretty impressive for an 8-year-old, right? And this brings us back to the scenes of Emmet in the real world. Emmet lays on the workshop table in the basement when we see his body start to move or rotate. Instead of Emmet being in control of his own actions, Finn actually uses his telekinesis powers to try and get his favorite minifigure away from his father and the super glue.
Yeah!
Again?
Nailed it.
Connecting all the movies. Movie studios are no longer just creating big blockbuster movies these days. Now movies are connected through shared universes and worlds with interconnecting characters.
Does it make you an Avenger now as well?
I don't know.
But it seems like LEGO is trying their hand at a world of their own as well. After the success of the original LEGO movie, multiple other LEGO movies and TV shows have been released. The LEGO Batman movie offers a clear connection in the form of the same Batman character.
I like to fight around.
And the Unikitty show follows the adventures of the LEGO cat character.
What's going on?
But how is the LEGO Ninjago film connected to it all?
That's a fart thing.
Unbelievable.
One theory explains the connection by pointing to a real-world connection using the LEGO Ninjago villain known as Meowthra.
Meowthra?
Yes.
Because there are no crossover characters in the LEGO Ninjago movie, it's pretty safe to assume Finn does not own this set of LEGO figures. A theory states the sets are actually owned by a neighbor of Finn. Unlike the father, who keeps his sets organized in a basement, the LEGO Ninjago movie takes place in an outdoor setting like a backyard. This is how the cat roams around and randomly keeps popping back up to cause trouble for the characters. Maybe in the LEGO movie 2, we will see Finn play Legos with a friend and have the sets mix up with each other for some fun interactions, huh?
Why, I see everything.
The opening scene. Watching the LEGO movie a second time gives you a lot more insight to the character actions, hidden jokes, and the real-life references seen in the movie.
It's the orb of Teetlis.
One of the key scenes to focus on the second time around is the opening scene. While we know Finn controls most of the action throughout the movie, the opening scene really stands out because it takes place 8.5 years before a majority of the film. Take a good look at Finn in the movie. He looks about 8.5 years old. Because of this, many theories have popped up over the years about what that opening scene represents. The scene could have taken place right before Finn was born, and the man upstairs decides to bring his LEGO collections to the basement. We see Lord Business acquire the super glue, so the birth of his child may have forced him to start gluing his sets down to prevent a young baby from getting into contact with any possible choking hazards. The scene may have been a dream the father had, manifesting characters like Lord Business and showcasing the fears he has on becoming a new father. In some way, the scene was manifested by the man upstairs.
That was a great, inspiring legend.
It all just depends on how you interpret everything.
That sounds dumb.
All right.
Emmet is alive. Emmet's adventure into the real world may be one of the most analyzed parts of the whole LEGO movie. In the scene, Emmet falls through a portal where we follow him and the big twist is revealed. Everything we just watched is an elaborate playday for a young boy named Finn. Even though the scene makes it clear Finn has been playing with the toys and providing voices, Emmet's point of view still remains. We see Emmet actually look at the man upstairs and process the surrounding scene. Without his full LEGO moves, the minifigure is still able to wiggle his way around the table. But what does this all mean? Much like Toy Story, Emmet may have figured out that he is merely a minifigure.
You are a toy!
But now has the ability to come alive. Once Emmet re-enters the world he knows, he is extremely knowledgeable and sees LEGO pieces in a whole new light. He officially becomes a master builder. And one of the main reasons may be because of his awareness of being a toy and minifigure. This is why all the other citizens of Bricksville go about their everyday lives. They have not experienced the real world or understand their role in it. They merely conform to their basic LEGO actions and careers given to them as minifigures. If Emmet is alive and knows about the real world, his journey could be completely different in the LEGO movie too.
We're gonna be rich!
The Guardians of the Galaxy. The LEGO movie has been compared to a lot of different films and takes various pieces of pop culture to tell the story, but none of the comparisons may be more true than the connections between the LEGO movie and the Guardians of the Galaxy. First theorized by the Super Carlin brothers, the movies have several similar connections when it comes to the plot and characters. Let's start off with the most obvious one, Star-Lord and Emmet. 2014 was a breakout year for Chris Pratt as he transitioned from a supporting role in television to one of the biggest movie stars in recent memory. It just so happens that Chris Pratt stars in both Guardians of the Galaxy and the LEGO movie.
Who said that?
As lead characters Star-Lord and Emmet, both characters have a lot of similarities. Their journeys both start by finding a special relic that gets them into a whole lot of trouble. While Emmet is rescued by the intelligent and independent Wildstyle, Star-Lord is rescued by the intelligent and independent Gamora. Both pairs end up joining a larger group of heroes. In the case of Emmet, he has Batman, Benny, and Vitruvius on his side, while Star-Lord goes through his journey with Rocket Raccoon, Groot, and Drax. It's pretty crazy to see how much both movies have in common. One is just in the form of LEGO bricks, while the other is a massive Marvel production.
To the end of the universe.
The LEGO World and the Multiverse. A movie about LEGO sets probably shouldn't be connected to religion, but this hasn't stopped many theorists from overanalyzing the film's themes and messages. While some have claimed that the film gives an anti-business message, others have pushed it further to explore anti-religious messages and the theory of a multiverse. The LEGO movie showcases quick cuts of all different types of worlds the Legos of Bricksville have no clue about. A theory focuses on these worlds. The crazy glue used to control characters and keep them in their place is considered the view of God's plan according to the many worlds theory. By choosing to abandon religion, characters like Emmet and Wildstyle are able to explore different worlds and live freely without needing to conform to any type of religious rules. Following the open world plan doesn't mean the characters don't have morals, but it frees them and allows them to explore the multiverse with an open mind. Lord Business wants people to conform to his rules and guidelines according to his own views. While there are some clever points with this theory and several small details to help back it up, maybe the theory digs a little too deep into a movie about a toy series beloved by many.
Hey, I'm Ben!
Benny was trapped. While the LEGO movie was filled with some great established characters like Batman and Han Solo, one of the minifigures who stole the show was Benny the Spaceman. The vintage figure goes along on the journey and spends the movie with a deep desire to build a spaceship for everyone to use. Throughout the film, something seems a little off about Benny, and one theory helps explain everything. Benny was never a part of Bricksville before the film's journey began. He was a discarded minifigure who spent years locked away from the other figures. His awkward social interactions emotions and overexcitement about things showcases how he is still not adjusted to the real world. Almost every other LEGO piece and minifigure is in perfect condition. Benny has a cracked helmet and a worn logo on his chest. The man upstairs is clearly a perfectionist when it comes to his LEGO sets, and the worn-down Benny just didn't fit in. Instead of throwing him away, Benny was packed up and not discovered until Finn began snooping around all his LEGO toys. When Benny finally gets to build his spaceship near the end of the film, it's the first time he is building or riding a spaceship in years. No wonder he was uncontrollably excited.
Now you're talking!
Wow, there you have it. What theory is your favorite? Are you excited for the LEGO Movie too? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to Screen Rant on YouTube so you can stay up to date with our awesome content.